that shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my hock, I'm gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talkin' shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them, I see them, dap them and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, and shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Those are messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby. Run that shit up, Trey.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that bitch, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me a whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer Ford. Took a Zach, watch the door. Matter of fact, lock the door. Any problem, let them go. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like it's Harbor Freight. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking note. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me a whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Nigga think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop distress the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jack the Ripper. War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he said something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feed you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
I have actually been a customer of BetterHelp for a little over 2 years now, and I was able to get matched up with a therapist in like 20.
Check out my style. I fall for lane, girl. Watch me put it down, baby. She on the road, kick it around in my coupe. Me and you just cruising through the town lately. Ask you some questions, girl, do you mind? What will it take to make you mine, please? Told me be you and we can try. So I spit true, I take the whole thing. Check out my style. I fall for my lane, girl. Watch me put it down, baby. She on the road, kick it around in my coupe. Me and you just cruising through the town lately. Ask you some questions, girl, do you mind? What will it take to make you mine, please? Told me be you.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barathum, Yahweh Shem Alatham, Bashem Yahshua. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yana. The Monday night scripture breakdown class, go ahead, clap it up. Time first. Tonight we're just gonna get into, we're gonna talk about who are your watchmen, right? Second select. 1 second. Yeah, the topic for the night class is who are your watchmen? Because right now there's too many people. We got too many people, too many hands in our culture. You know what I'm saying? We've been teaching since 1969 to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that they are the Most High's children. You know what I'm saying? The Most High's chosen, right? But it's so important for us to teach that because there's so many hands in our culture. There's so many hands in our culture. There's so many different people and so-called leaders and denominations and churches and all these different things, you know what I'm saying, teaching our people and influencing our people. And there are too many people who teach the Bible who don't live or believe the Bible. And because they don't live or believe the Bible, or because they don't live the Bible, they're not teaching our people how to live according to the Bible. And because of that, we're experiencing these curses. We're experiencing death and poverty, and we've been suffering because of who our watchmen are, who's supposed to be watching over our people.
Right.
Because historically, we've always had somebody watching over the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get into it, but historically, we've always had somebody watching over our people. We've always had somebody, you know what I'm saying, like we've always had somebody, you know what I'm saying, to guide and be the voice of the Most High, right? To the Lord's people. You know what I'm saying, to correct and give the law. But now you got this church over here and then that church over here. And just in Killeen alone, like we step outside this building and you're gonna see on this block alone, like you're gonna see about 4 or 5 churches.
Right.
And they all teach different things. And they not on one accord. But we're gonna get to the bottom of that, of who our watchmen are, and because it's important to know who your watchmen are to find out if they're doing their job or if they're even really supposed to be in that position.
Right.
All right, Bob Kashar, let me get Jeremiah 16:6 real quick. Bob Kashar. Actually, first let's start off with Ephesians chapter 4 and 4, right? Because what's going on here? What's going on with Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is we're assimilating to America, and America has a melting pot. Right. And so it's all different types of cultures, all different types of religions. You know what I'm saying? You can come as you are, be who you are. You can be whoever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? A man could be a woman could be a man. 2 men could get married. 2 women could get married. You can get as high as you want to. You can do all sorts of abominable things, and it was never intended. You know what I'm saying? That was never taught to our people in the beginning. That was never all of these things that we take part in and that we accept now was never a part of our culture since the beginning. Yeah. Since the beginning, all these things that we adhere to now, it's never been a part of our culture. And now since we have so many hands kind of ripping apart our culture, you know what I'm saying? It's just everything is just slowly augmenting into chaos. Baba Kashah, go ahead and read that Ephesians chapter 4, verse 4.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 4. There is one body.
There is how many bodies?
One body.
So if there's only one body, how is it this many different types of churches and denominations? You got First Baptist, you got all these different, I don't even know all the different denominations.
Right.
But you got these Korean churches, you got these African churches, you got all these different nations who you got all these different divisions of Christian churches. You got the Catholic Church, you got all these different religions. But the scriptures just said what?
There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
The scripture just said that there's only one body, and with that one body comes one spirit. But you got all these different bodies teaching different things, but claiming to be, you know what I'm saying, claiming to be one. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying, for example, you got just even outside of Christianity, you got Buddhism, you got Judaism, you got you got chematology, you got Muslim, you got Hinduism, right. You got all these different religions, and you know what I'm saying, because we don't have a culture as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, or our culture has been hidden from us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We try to dabble in everything, right? You know what I'm saying? 1 month we Muslim, the second, you know what I'm saying, the next year we Hindu and growing these dreadlocks, and then we you know what I'm saying, we might read the Bible, you know what I'm saying, while, you know what I'm saying, smoking our little weed and all of that. And we just combine them all, and then we tell ourselves that you know what I'm saying, well, the message is, you know what I'm saying, it's all these different gods and all these different cultures, but it's all coming down to the same thing. Right. They all the same, right? That's what we tell each other. That's what we tell ourselves. Right. You know what I'm saying? But the scripture just said it's only one body. Right. There's only one body. So where does this even come? Like, where does this come from? Where does this distorted mentality come from? Where we try to, and then on top of that, all these different nations and these different religions that come from these different nations that I just named, you're not on the same level. Like, you don't live the same life as these other nations. Right. You don't have the same quality of life as these other nations who practice these different religions. Right. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to you know what I'm saying, China and become a Buddhist or whatever god they worship out there, right, in that culture, but that don't make you Chinese. Right. That won't make them you know what I'm saying, allowed. You still gonna be over there oppressed. You're just gonna be a oppressed Black Buddhist over there. Just like you oppressed Black Christian over here. Oh. Or the oppressed Black Muslim over here. You know what I'm saying? You go to India, you're going to be an oppressed Black Buddhist. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though, you know what I'm saying? So if we all supposed to be the same, then why is it that we don't have the same quality of life and have the same, you know what I'm saying? We want to love everybody, but all these other nations as a whole, right, don't love us. Right. Like, why is that if we all supposed to be the same? Well, the answer to that is we not supposed to be the same. That's right. That's the simple answer. It's very practical. Like, we obviously are not the same people. You know what I'm saying? But who's the blame for all of that? Let's get Luke chapter let's get Luke chapter 16 real quick. We're gonna find out who's to blame, because from the beginning, you know what I'm saying, we had our laws, statutes, and commandments, we had our culture, and the Most High was only dealing with us. And since you know what I'm saying, since the beginning, the Most High laid down his laws, statutes, and commandments, and he gave us you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, conditions. He said, if you do this, if you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, as it says in Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6, it says, if you follow these, or if you, the Most High has chosen us to be a special people. Right. Just like it said in Deuteronomy 28:1, it says, if we follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, the Most High will put us on high above all nations. That's right. But only if we keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Right. And then it goes on to say, if we don't follow his laws, statutes, and commandments, then then all these curses that we suffer today, we're gonna get into those too, just to put it in perspective. But go ahead, read that Bible shot. You want verse 1? Bible shot.
The book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 1. And he said also to his disciples, there was a certain rich man which had a steward, and the same was accused unto him that he had wasted his goods.
So this is Christ taught in parables, and this is a parable that he's using to describe you know what I'm saying, the aristocracy of that time. Right. He's saying he's comparing him to a rich man, which had a steward, which had a job, right? He had a specific position to hold. You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to serve the Lord in a certain, you know what I'm saying, in a certain capacity. He had a certain job to fulfill, and he wasn't fulfilling that job. He was wasting the goods. Right? Go ahead, read on.
Verse 2. And he called him and said unto him, how is it that I hear this of thee? Give an account of thy stewardship, for thou mayest be no longer steward.
So this steward who's not performing as the Most High commanded him to, he's saying he's about to remove him out of his position. Right. He's about to get him out of this position, right? Because he's not fulfilling his job. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 3. Then the steward said within himself, what shall I do? For my Lord taketh away from me the stewardship. I cannot dig. To beg, I am ashamed.
So this unjust steward, he knows that, because he knows the account he knows that the account that the rich man, the account that the rich man got of the steward was accurate. He knows that he hasn't been performing like he's supposed to. Right. You know what I'm saying? He knows that he already know that his job gone, because he ain't been doing what he's supposed to do. Right. And he said that he can't dig. He not trying to do no manual labor. Like he been, you know what I'm saying, he been living, you know what I'm saying, deliciously. He got a good job. He ain't trying to lose his job. He ain't trying to do no manual labor. And he ashamed to beg. He not trying to panhandle. Right? So let's see what this man doing is terrible. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 4. I am resolved what to do, that when I am put out of the stewardship, they may receive me into their homes. So that's like their houses.
So now he knows he finna lose his job. He said, when I am put out of the stewardship, because he know he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do, he gonna do something. He gonna do something slick. He done put together a slick plan to where the people receive him into their house. You know what I'm saying? So that he gained the favor of the people, right? Go ahead, read on.
Verse 5. So he called every one of his lords debtors unto him.
Oh, he did what?
So he called every one of his lords debtors unto him.
In this parables, you know who the debtors are? It's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right. We the Lord's debtors, because we owe him a debt. You know what I'm saying? Just like in Deuteronomy, he said, if you do this, he's gonna give you this. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you do this, if you follow his laws, statutes, and commandments, you'll get blessed, and you'll be above all nations of the earth. And you know what I'm saying? We haven't paid our debt. We haven't been following these laws, statutes, and commandments. Right. Right. So we the debtors. So this unjust steward went to the debtors. Right. He went straight to the debtors and did what? Let's see what he did. Go ahead, read on.
And said unto the first, how much owest thou to my Lord?
Mm-hmm. So he's like, how much you owe? You know what I'm saying? What you owe my boss? Right? Because remember what we call these Christian pastors in these churches. They call themselves the representatives of the Lord. They you know what I'm saying? They supposed to be teaching. That's what they claim they doing. You know what I'm saying? That's what they look like. That's what they put on a show for. Reading from the Bible and get it all singing and dancing. You know what I'm saying? They putting themselves in a position to claim that they teaching our people, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, whatever they call it up in there. So that's the position that they hold. Where we at?
Verse 5 at the bottom. I mean, it's 6 now. Verse 6.
So like, how much you owe? How much you owe? Right? Go ahead, read on.
Verse 6. And he said, and 100 measures of oil. And he said unto him, take thy bill and sit down quickly and write 50.
You see what that man just did? So he said, how much, this ain't even, the crazy thing about this ain't even his. This don't even belong to the steward. This belongs to the Lord. Right. You know what I'm saying? This debt. This is a debt owed to the Most High. Right. And he said, how much you owe? He said 100. Like he said 100 measures of oil. And he said, don't worry about that. Write 50. You good. You good. So now you thinking this the representative of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna hurry up and do that. You thinking this coming from this coming from his boss. When this man he just trying to manipulate you just so he don't lose his seat. Right. That's all that's going on right here. He said, go ahead, read on. He said, quickly write down 50.
Verse 7. Then said he to another, and how much owest thou? And he said, 100 measures of wheat. And he said to him, take thy bill and write 4 scores.
You know what he's doing? You know what he's doing right now? He is taking the oath that was made with the Most High and lowering the debt. Right. That's what he's doing, man. So this is supposed to be this unjust steward in this parable. He's supposed to be a watchman over Israel, right? He's supposed to be the one who makes sure, you know what I'm saying, we get you know what I'm saying, we understand these laws, statutes, and commandments. We understand you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be the one that's supposed to be raising up Israel and helping us, you know what I'm saying, stay, you know what I'm saying, helping us get this what's it called? These blessings that's written in Deuteronomy. That's what this is all about. But he's lowering the debt. The Most High said, follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and you'll get a blessing. But he didn't say nothing about you know what I'm saying, going, you know what I'm saying, doing the best you can. Or, you know what I'm saying, he didn't say nothing about you know what I'm saying, try your best. Right. And come as you are, and you know what I'm saying, these are all the things that the Christian church tells you. Right. The Christian church tells you, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, the Most High hates the sin but loves the sinner. Right. That ain't nowhere in the Bible. That right there is your Christian pastors, your religious leaders lowering your debt. Right. Or when America tells you that you know what I'm saying, the Most High Christ ain't got no color. And the Most High loves everybody. Right. That's him lowering the debt. Or, you know what I'm saying, it's Pride Month, you know what I'm saying, they like to you know what I'm saying, change their laws to where maybe maybe like 50 years ago, it was illegal for the same sex to get married. You know what I'm saying? Now it's legal, and now we just going with the flow. Right. We doing whatever this wicked kingdom tell us to do, because they are lowering our debt so that we can continue to suffer these curses. Right. That's why we're in the condition that we're in. What we got to understand as Black people is, as Black people, let me get Malachi chapter 3, verse 6 real quick. You can hold that loop. We can go right back into it. But what we got to understand is this is the reason why we in the condition that we in today. Because we've been taught lies. We've been taught lies, and the lies feel so sweet. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if you owe somebody some money, right? You owe somebody a decent amount of money, and you know what I'm saying, you falling on hard times, or you just ain't got it to pay right then and there. Or, you know what I'm saying, your rent coming up, and you know what I'm saying, you ain't got the money to be able to pay the rent right then and there. And your landlord come up to you and say, how much is your rent? And you say, oh, I pay X amount of dollars. I pay $1,200 a month for rent. They say, give me $400 this month. You gonna hurry up and pay that. You gonna hurry up and pay that $400 because it sounds good. It sounds sweet, but if you don't pay your rent, you know what I'm saying? If you don't pay your rent like you're supposed to, you get evicted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that comes with consequences because you signed a contract. Like even if let's say your landlord do come up to you and say, hey, give me $400 for this month, even though rent is $1,200, give me $400, right? But you didn't sign the lease that say you got to pay $1,200 every month by this time, or they're gonna kick you out. Well, you can't go into court with, you know what I'm saying, that you say, oh well, he said, unless you got any proof of that, you know what I'm saying, unless it's like, you know what I'm saying, unless it's, you know what I'm saying, you got proof to substantiate that. You can't take somebody lying to you and lessening your debt to court when you get evicted,
Right.
or to try to keep your, you know what I'm saying, keep your apartment or your home, and say, oh well, yeah, I signed this contract saying I owe $1,200, but they told me to pay $400, so I paid the $400. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in that judge gonna look at you like you crazy, and you're going to suffer the consequences. You're going to suffer the consequences of you falling for this lie.
Right.
That's the same sentiment with the Most High. Because he made a covenant with Moses already gave us what it was. He said, if you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, you'll get blessed and you'll be above all nations. But if you don't, you're going to suffer these curses. Baba Kashab, get that. And this is how we know. This is because I know, you know what I'm saying, we haven't been taught. We've been taught lies for so long, right? And you know what I'm saying, we've been jumping from religion to religion, and you know what I'm saying, we've been jumping from Christian church to Christian church, then we Muslim, then we Buddhist, then we Hindu, then we, you know what I'm saying, then we spiritual. Over we burning sage and doing tarot cards, and then we go to HBCUs that's supposed to be black colleges, and then we pledge Greek, and then we jump from fraternity to fraternity, sororities to sorority, major to major. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to we've been lied to and steered in so many directions. I understand it could be confusing. You know what I'm saying? But that's why we're doing what we're doing right now. This is why we teach. This is why we have these classes, so that we can be able to identify who is really the authority under the Most High, and who is the unjust steward. And we're gonna identify that today. And this is something that this is something that is gonna be very crucial in you being able to identify where you should go. Go ahead, read that, Bob Kashab, please.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not.
He said, let's read that from the top one more time.
For I am the Lord, I change not.
Now, this is the Lord telling you. This is the Most High telling you. He say, I am the Lord. So this is coming straight from the horse's mouth.
Right.
He said, I am the Lord, I change not. Right? And this is in the Old Testament, ain't it? Right? This
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the Old Testament.
That's right.
So how is it in the last book of the Old Testament, right? Is the Lord gonna say, I am the Lord, I change not? He gonna tell you, I don't change.
Right.
And then in the New Testament, all of a sudden he changing. Like, how do that make sense? Like it don't. And we just gotta use our brains a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now that we know this information, read that one more time, Baba Kashab.
For I am the Lord, I change not.
So the Lord said he changed not. But the Lord said he changes not, but we got all these different Christian churches.
Right.
We got all these different, you know what I'm saying? Whereas, you know what I'm saying, again, 50 years ago, it wasn't no LGBT nonsense going on in the Christian church.
Right.
And if it was it was hidden. You know what I'm saying? It was low key. It was in the closet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you had to battle with that every single day. Battle with yourself. You had to constantly look yourself in the mirror and be like, hey, I know this is wrong. And you at least had the, you know what I'm saying, these LGBTQ cats, you know what I'm saying, they at least had the wherewithal to be able to be like, well, I at least gotta keep this low key. They at least had a little bit of shame about themselves because they knew what they was doing was wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I'm saying, the Christian church, which is supposed to be the house of the Lord, right? That's what they say, right? It's supposed to be the house of the Lord, and it's filled with abomination, filled with LGBT. It's filled with abominable foods that they serve before and after service, and filled with, you know what I'm saying, you go in a Christian church, you could Saturday night, you can, you know what I'm saying, sell drugs, you know what I'm saying, our sisters could sell their bodies, and then you could go in there, a drug dealer and a whore on Sunday, and then right after service, Monday, you go right back to being a whore and a drug dealer.
Right.
That's what the Christian church has inside it. You know what I'm saying? They're constantly changing. They're constantly changing. America and their laws are constantly changing.
Right.
They talking about one nation under God. Man, I can't tell. You know what I'm saying? They constantly changing their laws where, you know what I'm saying, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, that LGBTQ, all of that nonsense, all these different alphabet characters, you know what I'm saying, that was looked at as a mental disorder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They had you, if you said that if you walked up to somebody, you 6'6", you know what I'm saying, 350 pounds, you say, I'm a woman, you a black man named Tyrone, 6'6", 350 pounds, and you go up to somebody and say, I'm Stacy, I'm a white woman.
Right.
I feel like a white woman on the inside.
Right.
They're gonna be like, no sweat. And
right.
they gonna have you admitted into an insane asylum.
Right.
Because it was looked at as a mental disorder, and
right.
It is. It absolutely is a mental disorder.
That's right.
That you believe, even though you are a male, you think that you are a female.
That's right.
So you want to mutilate your body. That is a absolute mental disorder.
Right.
But now it's law. Now you got a hate crime bill passed to where, you know what I'm saying, it's illegal to even call a woman if she don't want to be called a woman.
Right.
If she want to be called a man, you have to call her a man, or, you know what I'm saying, they gonna try to get you on a hate crime. Lucky, you had something to bring up?
Yeah, preacher. When you say it's so heavy, because the reason why people think it's okay to be a homosexual, it's okay to do whatever the hell they want to do, because the black leaders are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. That's why the Most High God raised up the men in the ISUPK.
Right.
Because black leaders, Martin Luther King, Michael King was not doing what they're supposed to do. Creflo Dollar was not doing what they're supposed to do.
Right.
All these other groups are not doing what they're supposed to do.
Right.
Christ said, "Who are my brothers and who is my mother?" Paraphrasing. He point out to the brothers near him. He said, "Whoever do the will of my Father is my brother." You know what I'm saying? Because they was doing what the Lord said to do. Just because all these pastors might be black, all these people that be preaching the Bible might be black, but they could have the agenda of the oppressor. That's why Christ said, "Ye are your father, the devil." You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit they in. Yeah, we brothers by blood, but what they doing with what they teaching people the Bible wrongly, you know what I'm saying? You're not no brother no more.
Right.
Christ will consider you a brother. He consider you as a what? An enemy.
Right.
So that Christianity, you know what I'm saying, got our people thinking, yeah, it's okay to do what the hell they want to do. But now we're trying to get the kingdom, man. It's like, bro.
Come on, dude. Most times, absolutely correct. Let's get real quick. Deuteronomy Deuteronomy chapter 28, right fast. And we just going, because, you know what I'm saying, as far as I can see, it ain't no beef amongst my brothers. We all agree.
That's right.
What's the, what the scriptures say, how can two walk together unless they be agreed?
All right.
So if we don't agree, we can't walk together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can't be brothers if we don't have the same spirit. Like, and that separation of spirit, that difference in spirit, but you trying to join together with people who don't have the same spirit as you. That's the reason why our brothers are dying.
That's right.
So we have to go to war with that spirit. There's a spirit of the Lord, and what He told us to do. What He told us to do is the spirit of the Lord and what He commanded, and then there's the spirit of the unjust steward who will try to lower your debt.
That's right.
And while he can eat off of you by lowering your debt, we have to suffer the consequences as a nation for not following our laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why we got to go to war with that spirit, brother. Go ahead, read that. And these are Deuteronomy 28 and chapter 15 for time's sake. So it says in chapter, as a matter of fact, read chapter 28 verse 1 for Black here. Chapter 28 verse 1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe. To observe and to do all His commandments.
Most High God and all His commandments. What He told you to do. He said, if you owe 100 measures of wheat, you pay that 100 measures of wheat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't take a lesser debt, you know what I'm saying, and cheat the Most High.
Right.
But you know, He said, if this is the conditions, if you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and hearken and do them, go ahead, read on.
Which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So the Lord gave us conditions. He said, if you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments and do them, He will set you above. He will set you above all nations on the earth. If you follow these commandments, though. Read on.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And all these blessings shall take you. Now read verse 15. That's what we want, right? We want to get blessed. Everybody want blessings, right? But the Most High said, if you do this thing, you'll get this blessing.
Right.
So you can't cheat the Most High. The Most High told you this from the beginning. He said, do this, and then you'll get the blessing. Let's see what happens when we don't follow the Most High. Go ahead, read 15.
That's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
So here's another condition.
to observe, to do all His commandments,
And do all His commandments, not the ones that's easy to keep, not just 10 of them. All of His laws, statutes, and commandments that He set before you. Go ahead, read on.
and His statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
Now, all these what?
Curses shall come upon thee.
All these curses. Now, read all these curses. Us being strung out in the us being strung out on drugs in our neighborhoods.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a curse. Us getting pulled over by the police and, you know what I'm saying, our heart damn near beating out of our chest because we feel like even though I ain't got nothing illegal in this car, even though I'm not being violent or dangerous, I'm just getting off of work. Even though you're not doing nothing wrong, you still feel like your life and your freedom is at stake once you see them lights behind you. That's a curse.
Our divorce rates is on.
Say that again?
Our divorce rates on too.
Right. That's a curse. All of these are curses because the Most High told us to do something and we're not doing it.
Right.
And that's the whole point of this class tonight. You know what I'm saying? We gotta You know what I'm saying? Not all skin folk is kinfolk. And just because you see a brother, you know what I'm saying, that might wear a Magunda Wada or might, you know what I'm saying, claim to be, you know what I'm saying, the Israelite. Damn right, brother. We are at war with the IUIC. And we're explaining why right now, if you just stick around. Because the things that are taught and all these, now we're not at war with just the IUIC. I'm saying we're at war with anything that goes against what the Most High taught Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, so that we can get these curses that we so that we can get these blessings and get out of these curses. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of what this is about. Because the Most High said, "Do these things." Look at some of these curses. So just so we know it's real, let's start at verse 40. I think it's 49 real quick. 49.
You want to read 46? Come on, this is a sign of.
Yeah. Baba Kashai. That's the one.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So these curses are going to be upon you for a sign. Read on.
Right. And for a wonder.
Right.
And upon thy seed forever.
So you're going to see these things. These are our identifying markers today, because we time and time again followed these unjust stewards. And they looked all, you know what I'm saying, they look all pretty in their three-piece suits and then they purple and all of that. But they teach lies. They feed lies to our people and cause our sisters like Joy Morgan to get murdered in there. Or they got the spirit of homosexuality in their organizations.
Right.
So now, you know what I'm saying, you got brothers in there sleeping with transsexuals and then murdering them.
Good night.
That's what happens. You got molested. Who surprised? Who am I surprising with this information that the Christian church and the Roman Catholic Church are filled with homosexuality and molestation?
Right.
How many brothers and sisters have to be molested and sexually assaulted in these Christian churches, in these Catholic churches, under the authority of these wicked Christian pastors, before we finally realize that even though we all might be of the same nation and we all might be, you know what I'm saying, we might read from the same Bible and we might claim to be Israelites. How much more do we got to die? And so how many more of our children got to get molested and then grow up with that shame and guilt and anger of being assaulted and abused and have no mothers, have no fathers protect them or defend them before we decide that this is evil. This is an evil thing that's going on. Right. That is being lessened. Right. Go ahead.
No, if I could, priest, you know, what you say is so heavy, man. And this is the thing that our people don't understand, that we don't understand as a people. That Christianity got us so docile, so weak as a people, that we cannot understand when we speak up against injustice. You know what I'm saying? They want to just be quiet because that's how we was raised. Right. But up in here, we're not going to be quiet because we love our people. That's love. It's correction. And we take up for our people. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is a man of war, not a man of fairy tales and lullabies. Nah, man. He's a man of war, and we have a spirit of war in this camp, in this organization, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep on. Whoever gets the ISUPK, right? They gets the Lord, because we do what the Lord says to do. That's the reason why we are the most controversial group here, man.
Right.
Because this world is so damn wicked that we can't even say anything against these other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can't say nothing about the child molesters, nothing about the rapers, nothing about the killers.
Right.
We wrong. Nah, man, you're wrong. You're wrong, and you're disgusting.
Right. Damn right. And get that priest a hand. What he said was absolutely correct. See, we in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge have been taught to have the courage that your parents didn't have when you were being sexually assaulted. Right. Probably in that same Christian church.
Right.
The same courage that you wish that your parents had for you.
Right.
To be able to defend you.
Right.
When somebody was doing foul things to you. That's the courage that we had.
That's right.
So our children, our sons and daughters don't have to grow up and have to defend their assault, the person who assaulted them.
Right.
And have to pretend that we gotta love everybody.
Right.
Nah, man. This love, the Most High's love always came with conditions.
That's right.
And if you're not following these laws, statutes, and commandments, that's gonna come with the consequences. And what's the 1 second. You'll know by the fruits. You know the Lord's prophet by his fruits. You know what I'm talking about? If you could find that Bible shot. Cause like that's like what we trying to do right now in this class, right? We're trying to identify who are the representatives of the Lord, who are the true watchmen of the Lord, and who are the unjust steward. That's very important for us to understand. And these are very, very important identifying markers.
Right.
We have to mark them. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's gonna claim. If you ask anybody, you could take some Joe off the street, right? Step outside this building right now and be like, just ask anybody, and just say, "Hey, you believe in God?" Of course they're gonna be like, "Yeah." Does God love you? Oh yeah. You think God loves you? Do you love God? Yeah. They gon' hang beer on that. They ain't even gonna think about it. So everybody, the water. Everybody is gonna claim that they love the Most High.
That's right.
They're gonna claim that they're you know what I'm saying? They're gonna say all sorts of things to try to exalt themselves as you know what I'm saying, a representative of the Most High. Anybody, you could take from the poor to the rich to the you know what I'm saying? You could take anybody and they're gonna tell you that. But this is how you really identify who the Lord is with and who he's not with. Go ahead, read what you got, Baba Shah.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 15. Beware of false prophets.
You do what?
Beware of false prophets.
See, this is what we do in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We're not as docile as your mother was.
Right.
When you were being assaulted in that Christian church, and she did nothing about it. She told you to hush, boy. Hush, boy. Don't say that. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no drama in the household. And they compromised your manhood and your safety for comfort, for their own comfort. We're not like that. We read that one more time from the top.
Beware of false prophets.
We beware of false prophets because we know that they're out there. Right. Everybody's going to claim that they love God if you ask them. Right. But this is how you know. A pair of lips could say anything. Right. This is how you know. Go ahead, read on.
Which come to you in sheep's clothing.
They come to you in sheep's clothing. Yeah, I love God. You know what I'm saying? They're going to come to you in they're going to come driving their Mercedes with their three-piece suit, dressed in their lovely purple, huh? You know, they love that purple. Right. There's purple everywhere and just so tender and sweet. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna talk to you all soft and soft and sweet, and you know what I'm saying? Some of them, you know what I'm saying, they dress up like a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like what's that brother? Tyler Perry, you know what I'm saying? He was doing sister Christian movies his career took off by him dressing like a woman and leading Christianity for all the money of bleeding the pockets of all the Christians around the world. Right. In a wig. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get very tender and delicate. I bet that man in the wig, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Brothers who good night. Brothers, I bet y'all missed that Tyler Perry, huh? Good night. You know what I'm saying if what we saying is just too rough and hardcore, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have the spirit of the Most High, you know what I'm saying, you gonna love that Tyler Perry spirit. You know what I'm saying? You rather your priests and prophets wear a wig and a dress with a fake bodysuit. Right. You know what I'm saying? That was very palatable for our people. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been taught to be submissive to garbage. You know what I'm saying? You get assaulted, you know what I'm saying? You gotta love your molester. You know what I'm saying? Your oppressor come over here and steal your land, and you gotta love them and celebrate their victory. You gotta celebrate their murder of our people over, you know what I'm saying, turkey and mashed potatoes. And as you celebrate in your oppression in America, you got to pass the mashed potatoes and gravy to the man who molested you.
Right.
That's what happens when you compromise and you don't beware of these false prophets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the brother brought out earlier, man. If you're not following these laws, statutes, and commandments, if you don't have the spirit of the Lord, we might be skin folk, but you are not my brother.
Right.
I pray you understand. Go ahead, read on. Is there any more on that?
Oh, yeah. But inwardly, they are raving wolves.
Inwardly, they are ravening wolves. Inwardly, they are dangerous for your children to be around. You know what I'm saying? They claim to be, you know what I'm saying, soft and tender and delicate and so safe for children, right? They just so safe and cuddly and kind, and they're just so safe. You just think that this is just the godliest man in the world. Whole time, you know what I'm saying, he got his eye on your wife.
Right.
Whole time, he's inviting your enemy into his congregation so that your daughter, your son can end up in a ditch somewhere, mutilated and destroyed. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you don't. That's what happens when you don't beware of these false prophets. Because like that's being aware of who you are or who is for you and who your enemy is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's love.
Right.
That's love.
Right.
And it is a very hateful thing to continue to tell a child or to continue to tell an adult, you know what I'm saying, who has just been so abused and beat down that you have to love your enemy. Right. Because where was that love and intensity and zeal to defend? Where was that to defend that child?
Right.
Where was all of this energy? It's not there. But you gotta love the person who assaulted you. But nobody loved you when you was being assaulted. What was the love then? That's why it's such a wicked thing, man.
Right.
That's why it's such a wicked thing, man. That's why you have to have the wisdom to be able to identify who is of the Lord and who is just unjust steward trying to feed his own belly.
Right.
That's it on that?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, no sweat. Go back to where was we at?
Luke.
Yeah, Luke 16. Let me see. Yeah, this is the spirit that's missing out of the earth today. This is why there are. I don't know about y'all, man, but all I see on Facebook now is just, please help find my daughter. Please help find my son. Please help find my cousin. Yep. They've been missing for X amount of days. Please help. Please help. Please help. All I'm getting is Amber Alerts on my phone. I'm saying Black Hispanics and Native Americans coming up missing. Where's the love for them? Where's the warfare, war spirit against them? Right. We go out and teach and feed Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in the blazing heat. And we experience warfare.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People, you know what I'm saying, on their way to work, they will stop their car and jump out in the middle of the road just to tell us what we're doing is wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where's this same energy for the people who are actually hurting our people? Where is that at? We feed our people. We clothe our people.
Right.
We drive hours and leave our families.
Right.
To go feed our Black, Hispanic, and Native American brothers and sisters.
Right.
And we're the ones you want to. Man, look, no sweat. Hey, I can't even look. The Lord is not with you. He's not going to be with you. And I pray, you know what I'm saying? I pray that all my brothers and sisters wake up and get on the right side.
Right.
Because the Lord is going to win.
Right.
The Lord is a man of war. He gave us this warlike spirit. He didn't tell us to go out there and talk softly and be palatable. Mm-hmm. He told us, he said, we're a man of war.
Right.
And he called us to be his sons. So we're raised to be men of war so we can get out of this hell.
That's right.
We're not gonna fight a war with a flimsy sissy spirit. I'm just telling you the truth. Where was we at? Matter of fact, let's drop that. I think we got the point. Let's go to let's go back to Malachi. What's up?
You know, drop a
Kind of. Let's go to let's go to Ezekiel 33. Because you know what I'm saying, this is the spirit of the Lord. All throughout the scriptures. This is the entire spirit of the Lord. He called us to, we have the responsibility and the duty to be the watchmen of the Lord's chosen people.
Right.
That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to do it. Somebody has to have the courage to do this work. You know what I'm saying? And even if you don't have the, you know what I'm saying? Because I know everybody ain't got the spirit. Everybody ain't got the spirit of the, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got the courage to be able to just drop everything and come serve the Lord. But even if you don't have that courage, you do need watchmen. You need somebody. I bet. What's that brother that died on that train? What's that brother name? Jordan Neely. That's his name. That's his name. But I bet that. What's up?
I think it's me. Last name Neely.
Yeah. Jordan Neely. I bet that brother would have wished he had a watchman while those oppressors was choking him out and pinning him down for what was it, like 11 minutes? That's a long time to be getting choked out, brother, with nobody to come to your help, to your aid. I'm sure George Floyd would have loved to have somebody, you know what I'm saying, somebody help him in his time of need. When that damn oppressor kneeled on his neck for 8 minutes. I'm sure he needed somebody. He called for his mama, man. I'm sure that sister who was in the back of that police car upside down, suffocating, that oppressor threw her in there. You know what I'm saying?
Hog-tied.
Yeah, hog-tied. That is not humane. I know that's against protocol in the police force. I know it's against protocol.
Dang.
But they got her all hog-tied and thrown in the back like yesterday's trash. And to the point where she's desperate, calling out to this oppressor to spare him, to spare her, Salaki, to spare her, calling her master, man. That broke my heart. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that, and having our people just beaten down so low to where they're resorting back to slavery just for mercy. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't have had to do that if more men had the warlike spirit that the Most High intended for us to have.
That's right.
She wouldn't have had to do that, man. But because the watchmen have failed and the unjust steward lowered the debt, we suffering these curses, man. And this is the condition that we in, man.
That's right.
So let's like it. Go ahead and get the Ezekiel 33:6. I'll give you that. Okay.
Yeah. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 6. But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet.
Oh, so like go up a little bit. Let me get there with you.
You want to go to 3?
Baba Kasha, let's see what 3 talking about.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 3.
Verse 2, Salaki.
Verse 2, okay. Verse 2. Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and they and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman. So
this is, again, we already talked about the Lord the Lord don't change.
Right.
He don't change. So this is how he's always dealt with our nation. He's always set one person to be a watchman over the people.
Right.
One person that, you know what I'm saying, followed the law, statutes, and commandments, was you know what I'm saying, was perfect in the sight of the Most High, who the Most High chose. He always chose one person and said, I'm going to deal with you and you're going to deal with the people. You're going to be you're going to be the authority under my voice, under my command. This is not nothing new. We're going to get to it too. Go ahead, read on.
And say to them, it's like verse 3, if when he sees the sword come upon the land, he blows the trumpet and warn the people.
So that's the whole point of having a watchman. If you see something, if you see danger coming to your people, you warn those people. You go out and warn those people, man. That's why we have these classes, because we're going to warn our people. Look, if you do this wrong thing, if you keep going against the Most High, law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to continue to see these curses that we're living under today. You know what I'm saying? All these curses that we describe. You know what I'm saying? Our families being in broken homes and full of drugs and abominations and sexual assault and LGBTQ just running rampant. Good night. You're going to continue to see these things. So when these things start to come up, when rebellion starts to come up and we start to deviate from these laws, statutes, and commandments, a good watchman is going to blow that trumpet and warn the people.
Right.
Where we at? Go ahead, read on.
Verse 4. Then whosoever hear the sound of the trumpet and take it not warning.
So if you hear the voice of these masculine men with these warlike spirits telling you to separate from these people and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, separate from these Christian churches and separate from these Christian Israelite groups who do these foul things, and we warn you, and you tell us that we unbrotherly. You call us unbrotherly, and we call us wicked and unbrotherly for sounding the trumpet, and you don't listen to the trumpet. Go ahead, read on.
If the sword comes,
so if the sword comes, and it starts to have a toll on our people, you know what I'm saying? You see our people getting unjustly arrested by these crooked cops in these organizations. You start to see these things happening. You start seeing these trainees getting these transsexuals getting murdered in their organization, all this LGBTQ activity going on in their organization. You see all these terrible things happening to our people. That's what, if the sword come, that's the sword that it's talking about. The judgment of the Lord. Go ahead, read on.
And take him away, his blood should be upon his own head.
His blood shall be upon his own head. That's on you. If you have a watchman over you who has the courage and the zeal to be able to teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans their culture, and you demonize it, that blood is going to be on your hands.
Right.
Go ahead, read on.
All right. Verse 5. He heard the sounds of the trumpet and took not warning.
Let's like you. Go ahead.
His blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
See, now hold up. Now it said that's such a wicked thing. That's the wicked. We just read the Lord changes not.
Right.
And for our own brothers and sisters, probably some purple agent, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Talking about it, they leave it to the purple agents, man.
Oh, yeah.
They'll say, change, you gotta change up. The Lord just said, I change not.
Right.
We know he's a man of war. He said change not.
Right.
That is some wicked stuff right there, man.
Right.
That is a poor child. Bless your Christian heart, man.
Right.
I wish I was there. I wish I was there for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Sister or whoever, man, under the sound of my voice. I wish I was there for you when, you know what I'm saying, you was being abused in that household or in that Christian church, or, you know what I'm saying, your parents were strung out on drugs. I wish I was there.
That's right.
I wish I was there so I could be like, so I can be the watchman.
Right.
So I can blow the trumpet.
That's
and
right.
So that you won't be such a coward. Because that Christian church creates cowards, man. IUIC creates cowards, man.
That's
Christian
right.
Israelite groups creates cowards,
That's
man.
right.
And if the men of the Lord were there, if the men of the Lord are there, man, those type of things, we're not gonna be afraid to lift up our voices and speak up against those things and defend our brothers and sisters, man. Man, you know what I'm saying? My heart goes after you. You know what I'm saying? I pray that these brothers, you know what I'm saying, these brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, who have been made weak. That's right. In the Christian church and in these purple agencies. Right. I pray that you put some courage on, man. Put your courage back on, man, and become strong again. Come up in here so that we can feed you and teach you the truth, man. So that we can raise you into a mighty man again. That's right. Make our brothers and sisters great again. It's a lot, you. Go ahead, bro.
Are you saying so heavy, preacher? Yeah, we hope. You know what I'm saying? You come in here and get the Lord's Spirit on you. You know what I'm saying? And you pay attention to that trumpet blowing, you come in here, that's mean you deliver your soul, you join the ISUPK. Now, on the other hand, you don't have to come in here. Right. We ain't begging you, we ain't pleading you. Right. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to like, well, we need you. Nah, man. Christ didn't want nobody. He didn't want everybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? We have the same spirit as Christ. We don't want every time Joe and Harry up in here, man. We gonna want the man who will be true soldiers for the Lord, man. It's a lot.
Right, damn right, man. Look, we don't want everybody. Look, if this ain't your cup of tea, leave. Just I'd rather you just go right now. You know, it's better. What the scripture says, Sam. The Lord will prefer you either be hot or cold. But you straddling the fence. If you lukewarm, He gonna spew you out His mouth. You know what I'm saying? So if you cold, if this is just too masculine here for you, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look. Hey, do what you gotta do, leave. Right. You know what I'm saying? But if you're tired of hearing your children, if you're tired of hearing your family mourning, then this is the place where you need to be at. This is the place where you can learn how to be a man, learn how to be a sister, learn how to be a brother to your people. You know what I'm saying? And you can be a watchman. You can blow the trumpet and say, you know what I'm saying, warn your people that the day of the Lord is at hand. There ain't more than that. You wanted to bring something else up? Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, Bob.
You saying so heavy, man, because right now we are blowing a trumpet, man. We go down here, we all around the world right now, man. You know what I'm saying? All around the world, man. And every priest and prophet under the ISUPK banner on Friday and Saturday is warning the children of Israel, man, to get their life together by simply saying that they're Israelites, by simply saying stop smoking weed, by simply saying stop joining hand in hand with the heathens. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing out here. That's blowing the trumpet. It's not like we have a big old trumpet blowing it. Nah, right. The trumpet means that we are warning you. When we warn you, that's the trumpet. Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, who are the children of Israel, man. Let's stop living like these heathens. Let's start living like royalty, man. That's all we're trying to do. Bring you back to royalty. Right. That's what the Lord's trying to do. It's like, priest.
Right. Now, damn right. What you said was absolutely correct. And you know what I'm saying? Like this is we just further identifying. That's all we doing. We just identifying the we just identifying the enemy. That's all. Identifying the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're doing it now because you know what I'm saying? Pedophilia is damn near legal now. Yeah. They used to say stranger danger. Don't talk to strangers. We just telling our brothers and sisters how to identify people who intend to lead you away from your Christian, and the people who want to take advantage of and destroy you, and the people who are going to deliver you right into the mouth of the wolf. We're just telling you how to identify it now. If you're not interested, but you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. We still in Ezekiel. You got to break down. Break down. Romans 13 and 8. All right. No. What's good?
No, I just said, oh no man anything but to love one another. For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
Is that what is that wrong?
That's the scripture wrong.
Okay, no sir. Let me go to it real quick. $13.8. Oh, Man, no man anything but love one another for yeah, definitely. What's the scripture in Matthew, I think. The law hang on these two things.
Oh yeah.
Let's get that real quick. So the whole point of that, I'm gonna go ahead and read it while you're getting there. So Romans chapter 13, verse 8. Oh no man anything but to love one another. For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. It's a very, very, very simple concept. We're gonna break it down right quick. You go ahead and read it whenever you get it, Bree. All right. And this just goes to show how wicked and just how wicked and disgusting all these purple agents, I call the IUIC, and these Christian pastors are, man. That just goes to show you how wicked they are, because they require double and triple tithes from you. They require, you know what I'm saying? If you in the IUIC and you lose your job, you fall on a hard time, you know what I'm saying? Like happens to all Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans in the midst of hell. You lose your job, you in danger of getting kicked out of that organization.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to sign NDA, non-disclosure agreements in these organizations. You know what I'm saying? So when they send in male Rob pictures in every bishop's phone, you can't say nothing about it, because that's what you owe them. When you go up into that organization, you can't go up into that organization until you give them what you owe them to put on that purple, which is signing that NDA and keeping your mouth shut when Joy Morgan gets killed. And not only do they not investigate, or do they not go send their condolences to the family or check on the family, but they continue to take money out of this woman's account. And that's what you owe them. Right. But the scripture just said, "Oh, no man anything but to love one another." You got that, priest? And it says, "For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law." That's all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Just love one another. Just love one another. This is go ahead, read what you got.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 40. On these two commandments hang all the law.
On these two commandments hang all the law.
Oh, slack. I'm going up.
Okay, no sweat. So this on all of these there's two commandments that the law hang on, right? Just like it said in Romans, oh no man anything but to love one another.
Right.
That's the entire point. That's the whole point of the law, statutes, and commandments. It's not oppression. It's not hate to have a warlike spirit. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not hateful to speak out against child molesters and murderers and drug dealers and your oppressor's kingdom and prophesy its fall. That's not an evil thing. That's love. Right. Go ahead, read what you got.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 38. This is the first and great commandment.
This is the first and great commandment. Now, there's 613 laws, statutes, and commandments. But the priest just read that all 613 laws, statutes, and commandments hang on these two commandments. And this is the first and great commandment. Go ahead, read on.
And the second is like unto it.
Oh, you read the first one? Oh,
yeah.
You read the first love?
Yeah, it's coming.
Oh, it's coming. Okay, so let me let you do your thing.
I know. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Thou shalt do what?
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
That's exactly what is being taught in Romans chapter 3, verse 8. Right. Oh, no man anything but to love one another. Right. Because the entire law, if you love your brother, what are you not going to do? You're not going to steal from your brother.
Right.
You're not going to murder your brother. You're not
Right.
gonna sleep with your brother's rib.
Right.
You're not gonna hate your brother without a cause. You're not gonna eat. You're not gonna eat abominable things or feed your brother abominable things. You're gonna gather together with your brother if you love him. If you see him down, you're going to help your brother.
Right.
You're going to follow every law, statute, and commandment so that we don't have to suffer these curses. Because you doing something as small as eating a little shrimp, that's going to cause our entire nation to suffer a consequence of these curses. That little thing, you know what I'm saying? You trying to love everybody because you just got such a big heart. You know what I'm saying? That's going to cause us to, you know what I'm saying, be in a position where, you know what I'm saying, now you got, what is it? They got MAPS. MAPS, a part of the LGBTQ community. Minor attracted persons.
We're not.
There's a acronym for it. Don't call them pedophiles. Don't blow the trumpet. Call them MAPS.
Oh no.
Call them MAPS. They're just 6-year-old boys stuck in 38-year-old man bodies.
What does that mean?
They just little boys stuck in grown men bodies, and they just attracted to, because they're a little boy. They're a 6-year-old little boy, and they're attracted to the 6-year-old little girl. What's wrong? That's the danger. That's the danger of not loving your brother as you love yourself.
Right. Right.
I hope that's enough. I don't want to go too deep. I don't want to beat a dead horse. I pray that's the answer you're looking for. But that's the whole point, man. That's the whole point. We love our Black, Hispanic, Native American brothers and sisters so much that I'm going to put my life. As a matter of fact, let's get
The gospel friend.
lie. Unless you
No.
okay, no sweat. Let's get Isaiah 66 verse. Start at 1. Let me get there with you.
Yeah, 66.
Isaiah chapter 66 verse. Yeah, verse 1. Start verse 1.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 1. Thus said the Lord, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool.
So all of this belongs to the Most High. The heavens, the earth, and everything on it. The animals, the people, the nations, the fish, the little gnat. The little gnats that fly around your house. Go ahead, read on.
Where is the house that ye built unto me?
Where's the house? What can you do for the Lord?
Right.
What can you can't, he created the heaven and the earth. He created the heavens and the earth. You know what I'm saying? He created all the animals that you have and gave you dominion over them.
Right.
What can you do? You can't do nothing like that for the Lord. Go ahead, read on.
And where is the place of my rest?
And where is the place of the Lord? You can't do nothing for the Lord.
Right.
He created everything. It's like, what were you about to say?
No, I say you can't save the Lord. You can't put him in a good place.
Right. Like you need saving.
Right.
You need saving from you need rest.
Right.
What you can't do that for the Lord.
Right.
Go ahead, read on. And he gave you the cheat code.
Right.
He said if you do this, you'll have rest. And if you do this, you're not gonna have rest. That was love.
Right.
That was brotherhood. Salaki, go ahead.
Verse 2. For all those things have mine hand made.
Have who hand made?
Mine hand.
Nah, it has Nate's hand made.
Mine hand.
Nah, it has the Christian pastor's hand made.
Mine hand.
Nah, America, under one nation under God has made.
Mine hand.
The Lord made all these things.
That's right.
Go ahead, read on.
And all those things have been, said the Lord.
So you think you got to What you think? You think you doing something special because you might not, you might have stopped eating pork,
Right.
but you still getting high,
Man.
or you you know what I'm saying, you stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, and you don't get high no more. You go to church every day, but you blowing rod in behind closed doors as a man. What you? It's like you go ahead and read on.
But to this man will I look.
So this is the type of brother and sister that the Lord is going to look for and have compassion on. Go ahead, read on.
Even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit and tremble at my word.
See, that's why the scriptures say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
That's right.
Like he's looking for a brother and sister who is tired of being under this wicked oppression, to the point where they not gonna they don't even want to smell no pork and shrimp cooking. You know what I'm saying? I was in the store you know what I'm saying, earlier today, and just walking in and out the doors past that little crab bowl, man, it just made me sick just to smell it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he wants, you know what I'm saying, he's going to be with somebody who is of a poor and contrite spirit and is sick of this oppression and is, you know what I'm saying, fears the Lord and the curse is suffering the curses so much that they won't even want to stand next to no pork. They don't even want to, they go to war with this effeminate spirit that's on our brothers, this masculine spirit that's on our sisters. They're willing to lose their family and they're willing to lose their mother and their father, to separate from their mother and father, like Christ said, to be separated from their children, to have their children hate them because they say they tell them what to do or what to eat, how to dress, thus saith the Lord.
Right.
That's who he's going to be near to. Go ahead, read on, verse 3. What? Lord don't want no effeminate. He you know what I'm saying? It says right here, the Lord's gonna be he's gonna look on somebody who's of a poor and contrite spirit, who tremble at the word of the Lord. Then he's gonna be against somebody who just, y'all tripping. Y'all need to switch up y'all spirit. Y'all too masculine. Y'all too warlike, brutish. Y'all too brutish. When that's the spirit that the Lord gave us,
Right.
That he's against you. He's against that spirit,
Nice.
and it's obvious. Go ahead, read on.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 3. He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man.
So you think that the things that you want to sacrifice to the Lord, man, the things that you like the Lord, you might as well have, you know what I'm saying, you might as well have just killed a man. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing, man. That's nothing, man. Because he wants you to be of a poor and broken. He wants you to be a poor and contrite spirit and follow him. He wants you to be a living sacrifice. So you over here, you wanna you know what I'm saying, give these piss poor sacrifices and think you doing something, man. You might as well just kill the brother.
Right.
Go ahead, read on.
He that sacrificed a lamb as if he cut off a dog's neck.
You know what I'm saying? You over here cooking this Thanksgiving turkey and you want to go to church every single day. You join you just you getting the employee of the month, the employee of the week award at that church. You over here sweeping the church floors and you around here in a choir, you in Sunday service, Bible study, the children's church, you doing all of that. You just love the Lord. Every post that you make, it just, God is so lit. I love God, and God is this, and thank God for this and that and the third. And you just, God is just always just rolling off in every word that you say. Yeah, God is this and that and the third. You're just a representative of God. Right? You might as well, man, you might as well just offer a dog to the Most High, something abominable. Your sacrifices are abominable. What you think is holy to the Most High, what you think is sufficient to the Most High is nothing. Because he wants you. He wants you to obey him, period. You can't negotiate that. So like, any more on that?
Yes, a little bit. And he that offered an oblation.
Oblation is just a sacrifice, right? It's an offering, right? Go ahead.
As if he offered swine's blood.
You know that swine. If it wasn't clear in the analogy before, we know that swine's blood is unlawful to the Most High. You better not dare. You know what I'm saying? The thing that you want to do with your life, you know what I'm saying? The little bit of he don't want you to straddle the fence. He wants you to follow him. He wants you to be hot or cold. Right. You know what I'm saying? But if you lukewarm, man, you might as well just offer the whole hog up to him. Go ahead, read on.
He that burned incense as if he blessed an idol.
Mm-hmm. You burning that sage in your house, and you trying to get them evil spirits. Right. And you think you so spiritual. Mm-hmm. You think you so spiritual. You know what I'm saying? You post in the scripture, and then the next post is you with the infamous the look back at it pose. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, go ahead, read on.
As if it's like, yea, they have chosen their own ways.
Yeah, that's your own ways. All of that stuff where you think the Most High he wants you to be all spiritual. He wants you to wear that 3-piece suit, be a man of God. He wants you to just go to theologian school, huh? Right. That's what he wants. He wants you to join that HBCU and pledge. He wants you to be a Kappa or whatever. He wants you to pledge Greek so bad, huh? Right. He wants you to. That's what he wanted you, because he wanted you to start your own Israelite group, because it was just so much polygamy. It was just much polygamy. And it was just too much. These brothers just getting too much tail in here. The Lord wanted you to start your own Israelite group, huh? Right. Well, that was your own way. And go ahead, read on.
All right. Yea, it's like it. And they're so delighted in their abomination.
And they're so delighted in their abominations, man. You know what I'm saying? We tell you to put down a blunt. You like, I'm going to get high, right? I'm going to roll a fatter blunt now. You told me to stop getting high. I'm about to spark up right now. You know what I'm saying? We tell our sister to stop being whores and selling themselves on a corner. They were like, okay, no sweat. I'm about to sell myself worldwide on OnlyFans. Right. They delight in their abominations. I'm just about to get so much money. What was that sister? They said, oh, she's a whore. Who was that? She said, oh yeah, I'm a whore. With a W. I'm a whore.
Oh, that's she from City Girl.
Yeah,
I forgot her name though.
Yeah, I can't remember right now.
One of the City Girls.
Yeah, like she was just like JT. So. What'd you say?
JT? No, JT was Diddy.
Oh no. But she was so proud. It was just such a joke. She was like, yeah, I'm a whore. Yeah, I'm a whore. It was just it was so funny, huh? And then the man asked her, was like, oh, you want your daughter to be a city girl? And she was like, her countenance fell. She was like, no. She was like, no, she ain't gonna be no city girl. And I could just imagine, like you could just see like the realist, like for a split second before that pride took over again, for a split second, she was just like, she did the math. She was like, I am leading my daughter into death. Damn. Like, I am a poor example for my daughter for a split second. Go ahead. What you got, Priest?
It's like you. The reason why she think that way, you know what I'm saying? That she could be a whore and her daughter, you know, she don't want to be a whore because she know it's wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But she can say it because why? Because she grew up in a Christian church. Because God will always forgive. Mm-hmm. They put lamb, when they cut their lamb, it's like they cutting dog's neck.
Right.
That lamb means supposed to forgive for repentance. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's when you go to you Christian church. You go repent. You Catholics, you go there and repent in the booth to another sinner. What does they fix? You just repent. You know what I'm saying? You're not cutting the lamb's neck. You're cutting the dog's neck, man. Right. Meaning that it means nothing to the Lord.
Right.
You worshiping these idols. You lighting incense and hoping to get the bad spirits out you because you let 2 brothers in on you this whole week. Maybe 5 brothers. You say you're a whore. Okay. But let me tell you something, man. It will not be no whores in the kingdom of God. No whores in God. It's like, I'm not going to.
Like that just show you right there, like, man, like something gotta change. Like, but our people, we have just become so prideful and just so disgusting. Right. Just so prideful and disgusting. Like, even our daughters and our sons being at risk of death and you know what I'm saying, shame and whoredom and you know what I'm saying, captivity. Even our children being at risk of all of that can't even change our hearts to the point where we change our lives. Like as if we don't have an influence on our children. Like, your children want to be just like you. How does it feel? This is something that I will never understand. How can you as a parent, mother or father, or, you know what I'm saying, a close relative, right? How can you as a relative to a child, especially as a parent, just be like, my children will never be like me? And that doesn't make you look at yourself and change your behavior and change your life. Like, that just don't make sense to me. It just will never make sense to me. But you know, that's just the state of our people that we in right now, because our leaders have convinced our people, and done a hell of a job at it too. I've convinced our people that, you know what I'm saying, that we don't have to do anything, that the Most High loves us and we don't have to do anything in return, when that is absolutely not so. Go ahead, read verse 4, Baba Kashad.
Verse 4, also would choose their delusions. And will bring their fears upon them.
The Lord's gonna choose the Lord's gonna choose your delusion. Since you have chosen to follow after these Christian pastors who are known abusers of children, and you choose to follow after these, even though you know that these Christian Israelite groups are locking up our brothers just like the police are unjustly, just like you know that they're murdering, and there's much polygamy in here, but there's much homosexuality in there.
Right.
And you defending that. There's much polygamy in the Bible. Right. I don't know if you knew that. There's much polygamy in the Bible.
Right.
Much. Good night. You think the polygamy in here is crazy? You think these brothers in here got wives? Man, you read these records, I understand, brothers. I get it. But you know what I'm saying, for us to receive scrutiny and warfare, bring it on. We go to war. Right. We are men of war. We prepare for the warfare for the sake of our brothers and sisters that we love. We willing to die for. We'll go to war with you. But it's just so crazy that brothers and sisters will choose to go to war with us, who were raised up to be righteous men to defend our Black, Hispanic, and Native American brothers and sisters and children. But the people who are harming our brothers and sisters and our children, they get the support and the defense. I don't know. It's just don't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The Lord don't deal with numbers like that. You know what I'm saying? Numbers ain't. You know what I'm saying? We stronger by subtraction. I just think that's funny though. If you know what I'm saying, any more purple agents in the chat, Baba Kashad, just make that, please make that, help break that down for me. Cause I am confused. But no sweat. But you know what I'm saying, according to these scriptures, because we choose to follow these delusions, the Lord is gonna allow these delusions to be first in the earth, to be prominent in the earth. That's why you see, you know what I'm saying, you got Pride Month. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got you know what I'm saying, to stop LGBTQ hate. You know what I'm saying? You got stipulations against LGBTQ hate, but you know what I'm saying, black people, you know what I'm saying, getting killed every day. Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are being killed and locked up on a border and, you know what I'm saying, robbed and murdered every day, dying in the military. You know what I'm saying? That's why these things are happening to us, but your oppressor is on high instead of us. Because, you know what I'm saying, we chose the delusions of our oppressor, so the Lord, you know what I'm saying, we gonna have to learn the hard way. Lock you. One thing. Lock it, bear with me. We get 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3. About for sure. So we've identified these wicked men who claim to be all about, you know what I'm saying, the Lord and Jesus Christ, right? And the difference between those men and the men who actually stand for the Most High and actually have the spirit of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and read that real quick. Verse 4. Verse 3, slide.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
So we even though, you know what I'm saying, we flesh, you know what I'm saying, we don't. Go ahead, read on it. Read verse 4 about the shot.
Verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. So even though we have a carnal flesh, right? You know what I'm saying? We've seen all these things going on around us, right? This is not something that, you know what I'm saying, that we're going to be able to fight by, like the Black Panthers, you know what I'm saying, who, you know what I'm saying, they took up arms, but behind closed doors, they're, you know what I'm saying, they're doing abominable things to anger the Lord. Just like these Christian Israelite groups, you know what I'm saying, it look all beautiful and they purple when they marching up and down the street and they purple. It look all good, right? It look just glorious, right? But behind closed doors, you got a sister that's buried in the woods somewhere, and meanwhile they collecting tithes for months from this family, not even giving a damn about her whereabouts. Right. Whole time they got heathen nations in their organization, right, and nobody gives a damn. Right? It can look like how I want to on the outside, but you know what I'm saying, we don't get our strength from numbers, man. But go ahead, read on.
But mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
Now, how can you be mighty through God teaching that the laws are done away with, that God gave to Moses to deliver to the people? That you know what I'm saying? Any purple agents in the chat, Baba Kashad. Any Christian pastors, just make that make sense for me. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord said he made a difference between Egyptians and Israel, how does that make sense that now, you know what I'm saying, the Most High loves everybody, now we got heathens in our organization? How can that make sense? How can you be mighty through God by doing nothing that he did, nothing that he told us to do?
Right.
How? This is Bible, should I read verse 5?
Verse 5. Casting down imaginations, and it's like, in every high things that exalt itself against the knowledge of God.
See, this is how we're gonna win this war. We have to go to war with this spirit of, you know what I'm saying, that goes against the Most High. We have to go to war with it. And by doing that, or to do that, we have to cast out what we think is right in our mind. Oh, we all Israelites. We should just come together. We think that it just sounds so good, right? It just sounds good for us to all just to be a unity camp. A unity camp sound good, don't it? Oh, we should just have unity and fellowship. Those words sound beautiful, don't it? I know it sounds so good to these purple agents and these Christians, and it just sounds so beautiful. Just unity and fellowship and to the Lord. Hey, to people to brothers who have a warlike spirit, that sounds very pause. That sounds disgusting, because we have enemies, and for you to tell us to join with people who are responsible for killing our people, and seeing the sword come and not blowing the trumpet, seeing these curses come and not blowing the trumpet, being taught by the priests and prophets and not teaching the you know what I'm saying, the men who come into their organization, who break away from the priests and prophets that they learn from just so they can have some authority. That's very disgusting. That's very disgusting, man. When the Most High told us that our weapons come from casting down these imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. The knowledge of God was given to us in, you know what I'm saying, in Deuteronomy. It's listed right there. We follow these commandments and then we live. And we don't follow these commandments and we die. That's how we're gonna live, man. That's how we're gonna survive. And read on to like it.
And bringing into captivity everything though to the obedience of Christ.
And bringing every thought, every wicked thing, because we already know that the heart is desperately wicked. You know what I'm saying? The Lord knows your heart, and it's desperately wicked. So everything that you think that is right, you know what I'm saying, you think is just so right to just love everybody and, you know what I'm saying, come as you are, and to fall into the delusions of, you know what I'm saying, this Pride Month. You think Pride Month is just so beautiful, don't you? It just love, all the love, and it just sounds so good to you. Just be who you are. Just the pride and the dancing and the parades and all of that. Just so, the rainbows. That's just so beautiful in your mind. But it just said, bring into captivity every thought, every wicked thought that you have, what you think is right. Bring that into captivity, to the obedience of Christ. Or what did Christ say? These laws are not done. Think not that I come to destroy the law. All right. That's what he said. He said, all the law hang on loving your brother and loving the Most High. You can't love the Most High by saying that all the laws that he put in place all the laws that he put in place are done away with. You can't possibly love the Most High and you think that everything that he stood for is wrong. You can't love the Most High and then at the same time think a masculine and warlike spirit is wrong. It just don't work like that. We're not gonna be able to get out of this captivity and get out of this. We're not gonna be able to get out of this condition that we're in until we identify, until we can gain the courage to be able to say that this is wrong. Pride Month is wrong, man. This LGBTQ nonsense is wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? These all these different pronouns that they like to use is wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? Abortion is wrong. All of these things is wrong, man. you're not going to get out of this condition until you have the courage to say, this is wrong. This is the reason why we're dying. So that we could get put back on high and rulership like the Most High intended from the beginning. With that, I'll pass the pledge to Precinct Officer Bonza Young. Go ahead and give it up.
We're gonna do a courage salute to the brothers. Man, Israel Mayu. Mark Bot, Amadu, Barak.
How about Shimmy out there working thumb?
We're gonna start with the sister. We're gonna end the Mark Bot, Amadu, Barak.
Yeah.
Shimmy out there. Y'all can talk,